Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. I'm sitting here chanting a mantra to Lord Ganesh, and I'm wearing him today. Check out my Ganesh pendant. Isn't that beautiful? Lord Ganesh on his throne. He is one of my special gods. I love him, and I'm wearing him today. Well, I tell you, I'm feeling a lot better. This week, Psychic Bob's been really working on healing, and I tell you, I really am so thankful for my Ascended Master cards. I've been using those, getting a lot of help and inspiration. And tomorrow on Wiccan Wednesday, we're going to talk about the Ascended Master cards. I think you guys are going to get a lot out of them. And interestingly, in the deck, Lord Ganesh is counted as an Ascended Master, which I think is really cool. So, also, one of the things is some of you have written to me. Forgive me, I don't have your names in front of me, but a few of you wrote and says, Psychic Bob, you know who you are. You said, get aloe gel for your throat and neck and chest. As many of you know, well, you can see a little bit here. The skin is very tight. I was severely burned in a directed energy weapons attack by the NSA this week. Do research on directed energy weapons or targeted individuals. Anyways, you can see they've really damaged the skin. I've been having problems with my neck and throat this week. But I did buy this really cool gel. I went to Rite Aid, didn't go to CVS, cannot deal with CVS. So I went to Rite Aid and I got this Renewal. It's called After Sun Gel. Isn't that cool? And it's got real aloe in it. So I've been putting that on my throat and neck here and chest, and it's really helped me. I'm going to put some on more now because my skin, as you can see, looks very messed up. It's very crepey and dry. And is very damaged. So I'm having to repair myself with this gel. Oh, I tell you, it's not good. But anyways, this gel is really lovely. It really feels good. So I want to say thank you to all the Tubies who suggested I get this gel. It's really working for me. All right, well, here we are. Thank God for the good gel. Thank the Lord Ganesh for his power of healing. Anyways, we're here, and today's message is from the spirit world. And I want to say thank you to all of you who've been sending in your letters. We got a lot of new people. So first I want to say welcome to the newbies. This is a weekly tradition here at Spirit Channel. Every Tuesday we gather, and I grab a bunch of letters, and I answer psychic questions for viewers. There is no charge, absolutely free. For those of you who are interested, I am a full-time professional psychic medium. I do this as a full-time profession. I do charge for private readings. If you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, you can give me a call at my office at 571-483-2112 or write to me. I'll put my email link below at readings@robert-hickman.com. So contact me. We'll get you on the schedule for a private reading. I do private readings either by telephone, by Skype, or in person. So we can make it happen either way, okay? You guys are awesome. All right, well, we're going to jump into the letters here, but before we get into that, let's just take a moment. Let's just all center ourselves. Let's raise the vibration and let us attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello to you guys. Okay, our first letter today is from Kit Medina. Hello, Kit. Kit writes and she says, Dear Bob, do you see a new direction in the area of career? Hello, Kit. Hon, yeah, it's interesting you asked this question because while I'm stepping right into your vibration now, I'm getting a lot of orange and purple light around you. Orange light is the creative light, and this tells me that you're at a place in your life where you're feeling more inspired. And I feel like right now your current work, to be honest with you, is kind of hitting a dead end, so it's time for transition. I want you to watch. I feel like it's not going to be probably till the first quarter of 2018, around January, February timeframe, but that's where I'm seeing some new opportunities open up for you. In the area of career, you also have a lot of purple light around you, which tells me that you have a very strong psychic connection. And I feel like I would like you just to consider exploring branching out into doing something that's more holistic, like holistic healing, doing Reiki, maybe doing, spiritual work, psychic healing, maybe even, working as a psychic spiritual reader. I think that you have a lot to offer. I think you have a lot of inner wisdom. I feel the spirit works strongly through you. And I think that you'll find that the more open you are to creative processes, the greater joy you have. That orange light around you tells me also that you're drawing into new people, like a new social circle. So I feel like you're going to have more friends that support you on doing this transition as well. Orange light also tends to indicate a lot of artistic activity. And it's interesting because I feel like there's an inner artist in you that it's like it never gets a chance to come out. And I'd like you to give into your inner artist. I could actually see you, for example, even doing something where you do paintings of like people's past lives, or even sketches of their spirit guides, or auric sketches, things like this. I think you really got some talent there in the psychic area and the artistic area. But I just want to encourage you to be open to it, okay? Anyways, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Kira Bray. Hello, Kira. Kira writes, says, "Hey, Psychic Bob. I feel like something or someone in the universe is trying to send me a message. Everywhere I go, I see the number 11. Ooh, that's powerful. When I park my car, the number on the spot always ends up being 11. When I look at the clock, the time always has 11 in it, etc. Please help." Hi, Kira. This is a really good question. Well, let me tell you, number 11 is a very powerful number. 11 consists of the number 1 and the number 1. The number 1 on its own represents the power of what you have now. It means be present in the moment. Double 1 means really pay attention. So what spirit I feel is trying to bring to you is to tell you that you want to be very present in your life. I feel like you're coming into a place energetically where there are a lot of changes and a lot of new doors are opening for you. And this 11 says, be present in the moment, receive the blessings. Now, from numerological standpoint, 11 is 1 plus 1, that equals 2. In numerology, we add digits together to get down to a single number. 2 is the number of partnership. And this can also indicate that you're entering into a time where you want to put some focus on personal relationships. It also is a sign from the universe that you are not alone. If you're at a point in your life where you feel alone and nobody understands you, 2 is the universe's way of saying spirit is with you. So 1 and 1, or 11, means you do not travel alone, that spirit is always with you. And so when you're out and you're driving in your car and you're by yourself and you're going shopping, you see that number, that's the universe's way of saying we're with you. Be present in the moment and let us guide you. So there really, I feel this number is a sign the spirit is calling you to be in closer partnership with your spiritual self, with your higher self, and to be present in your day-to-day life. You know, many times we get in situations where we say, well, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'm not ready to take on spiritual life now. I got too much material stuff to work on. Spirit's saying be present. And to be truly present means to be present with your inner self as well as your outer self. So this is a time of union of your soul and your material world, that they're not necessarily separate. So I feel this is a sign of blessing. It's a sign of support from the cosmos. And it means to be present in all things with the spirit and in your relationships. And it also means that partnership is part of your future as well. So if you're a single person, it means you're going to have some partnership coming. Or if you're in a relationship, it's a sign that the partnership needs to be given even more focus, and it will be a source of power. So it's a very good number. There's nothing ominous about it. But you also said further in your letter, you said that you always smiled and laughed to yourself. It's true. The universe will play little games with us to get our attention. So I love it. Number 11 is a blessing. So just remember all that I've said today. And don't be worried. Just try to be present, okay? Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is Joshua Brian B. Hello, Joshua Brian B. Excuse me, Joshua. I'm losing my voice here. All right. Joshua Brian B. writes, Dear Psychic Bob, after the solar eclipse, my life did a complete flip. Can you give me any insights on my life, especially in the area of personal growth and my current romantic relationship right now? I've tried consulting my tarot cards, but I'm not getting a clear answer. Blessings to you, Psychic Bob. Sending love to you. Hi, Joshua. It's interesting because that eclipse, I know right now you're probably thinking, God, that was a curse. No, no, no. Eclipse is a time of power. I did a video back on the eclipse. You might want to go watch it. But in that video, one of the things that I said was that the eclipse is a time when we want to slow down and look within. The eclipse is kind of the daytime equivalent of the dark moon. You know, in the dark moon, when it's like new moon and the moon is black, that's a time for inner work. Solar eclipse is also a time for inner work. And it means literally like let the whole outer world stop and look within. Now, when you say that your life did a complete flip, I can believe that because sometimes these powerful astrological transits do send currents of energy into our life. Now, the secret to mastering that is, though, not to fight against it. Sometimes the universe, for example, will send situations into our life. For example, I feel like around you, there's some issues here, particularly in the career area and like career versus education. And I feel like in that area, you've been putting up a little bit of a battle here, okay? And that's not a criticism, but it is a sign that maybe you want to step back and reapproach things. You know, interestingly, going forward, I'm not seeing chaos around you. So I feel that the chaos that you've been in is actually, forgive me for saying this, it's a little bit like self-created in the sense that if you can step back and not engage at the people around you that are creating struggle, it's like you dissipate their power. And, you know, like in the area of romance, usually the time of eclipse is a time where energy around love is heightened. And the issues that are struggles in relationships oftentimes kind of show up and flare up at the eclipse. And that's because it's like the light is taken away and then the light is back. And when the light comes back, it's like your eyes see things differently. And people in relationships will find that a lot of times after big solar events like eclipses, that they want to go into that place of reevaluation. And so right now, I'll tell you, I don't pick up a lot of strong energy in the area of romance for you. And I think this may literally be a time for you to withdraw even from that and focus on your inner sight. I feel, to be honest with you, you're at a crossroads where Spirit is really working with you now to bring you onto a much more spiritually focused path. And I feel like that can only be accomplished through a little bit of period of isolation. So right now you may find like work pulling away from you, relationships, partners pulling away from you, and you may find yourself a little isolated. Don't fight the isolation, embrace it, because if you go through this kind of dark time, then you emerge enlightened. And so I really feel, you know, particularly as we get into the month of October, next month, I feel like this is where all this kind of balance restores and clarity. So the rest of this month, September, may still be a bit challenging, I will be honest with you. But it's only as challenging as you put up resistance. See, when we're being deluged by life, you know, sometimes we try to fight it and it gets worse. Whereas if we just stay still, it then becomes just like water rushing over us. And you know, when you're at the beach and water rushes over you, it's purifying. And so let whatever's coming to you rush through you, don't fight it, and you'll come out clean, pure, and clear, okay? I just tell you, I feel like in terms of romantic relationship, let it rest. I feel in October there's a lot more joy, a lot more clarity in your life, and I feel there'll be more prosperity. So be open to transition and career right now, as well as education. I keep getting issues of schooling around you, so it may be a time for you to look at going back to school, picking up some learning, and it may be a time to decide to step back even from a relationship just for a little while. and give some growth there to the other person. Sometimes relationships are challenging because we get embroiled with people and we smother each other, even though we think we're helping each other. So let September be a little time of aloneness, a little time of distance, and let that be purifying and healing for you, okay? Talking about your tarot cards also, many times psychics do not see for themselves. Even though I have a spirit guide, Fletcher, he will tell me stuff when it's absolutely vital. But most of the time he says to me, I'm not allowed to help you because you have to work on things yourself. So he doesn't always give me everything. So I get stuck in that position too. So don't feel bad. We're not really supposed to see a lot for ourselves because we have to work on things too, just like everybody else. So let your tarot cards sit. And one of the ways I would do is, rather than trying to get a whole reading, get every detail for yourself, make it a process of just once a day drawing one card and just study one card and let it speak to you. I think you'll get a lot more out of it than trying to do a whole spread and figure it all out. Just draw one card, okay? Anyways, hope that helps a little bit. Thank you for writing. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from KF. Hi, KF. KF writes, says, love you, Bob. I love you too, darn. Thank you so much. My question is, do I have a spirit guide around me named Walter? I feel I've been connected to this person for a while now, since reading his diary from the 1800s, which I found at a local bookstore. Thank you for your time. Many blessings, Kaya. Hey, Kaya. Well, first of all, to answer your question, yes, Walter is around you. You're not imagining it. It's funny, as soon as I touched your letter, I felt like an energy, like literally coming through it, as if somebody was almost over your shoulder while you're writing it. And I do believe it is Walter, yes. Now, this is really fascinating because you said you connected to him after reading a diary. There's an old saying I think is so true and so profound. And it said, the most dangerous thing you can do in your life is to pick up a book, for you never know how a book will change your very life. And that's really true. But in this case, it's a good change. See, it's not really dangerous. That's more metaphorical. But what the quote is about that. Books open doors of new realities. And it's interesting that you picked up a diary from the 1800s, because when people write their diary, their very life force gets infused into it. And this is why, why people feel so guarded about their diaries, and why to steal somebody's diary without their permission is really a breach of the worst kind. So always honor people's diary. If you have a friend or a brother or sibling and a cousin who has a diary, don't go taking that diary and read it. It's a violation. Not that you're doing that. I'm just saying for anybody watching this. But I can tell you what's interesting is when you open that diary, his spirit still linked to it and did come to you. And I do pick him up around you. And what's interesting, I feel like he's very fascinated with modern life. I feel like since his passing, he's kind of remained in the spirit world. And by you kind of reading his diary, you've made a psychic connection that's drawn him into this realm again. And so I do feel he's present and guiding you. And he's very interested in understanding about your life as well. So, you might want to share with him, like just do things like go on the internet and say, Walter, look what we can do now. I can type on this machine and things come up. For him, this would be amazing. Show him, your books, other books you've read. And the best way to connect to you guys, just talk to him, okay? So yes, he is around you, and you did connect with him. And I feel that diary created the open door, the psychic link, okay? So there you go. Anyways, hope that helps. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Jennifer Croxton. Hello, Jennifer. She's a regular viewer here. Jennifer, it's hello, Bob. Hey, Jen. Currently, I'm interested in 2 people at work, but I'm a little shy and scared. Well, I can understand that. She writes, I am interested in a guy named, I won't say his name, it just starts with the letter D. But I'm also drawn to a certain female. Which one do you see is okay for me? Please help me if you can. Hey, Jen. Well, your letter is very interesting because, in life we can be drawn to all sorts of people. Everybody says, are somebody straight or are they gay? My theory is everybody's a little bisexual. And I say that because we are all 50% male and 50% female. You look at our chromosomes. So there are going to be times when you're drawn to men or you're going to be drawn to women. And this is actually very natural. In your case, I have to tell you, of both of these, I feel that the male is the one that is really more compatible for you. I say that because I feel like when I step into his vibration, he's sincerely interested. I think he puts up a little bit of a front like he's not or that he's a little distant, but I really feel like he's struggling a little bit to express his emotion. But I do feel there's an attraction there. The female that you're talking about here also, I do think she's a bit of a flirt. I do think she's a little curious about you that way as well in terms of relationship. But I have to be honest with you, I'm not feeling that she's really in a place right now where she's able to be in a relationship. I feel that she's still working out a lot of issues from the last year to 2 years. It seems like she's come out of a challenging period in her life with a relationship, former relationship, as well as some family issues. And I feel energetically the timing is just not there at the moment for that relationship. I think she'll be a wonderful friend, but I don't see a relationship with her. But the male that you asked about with the name D, starts with the letter D, I like his energy, and I think that there's something there. Okay, so pursue that. Let me know how it goes, okay? Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is Alexia Jocelyn. That's a pretty name. Hi, Alexia. Alexia writes, says, hey, Bob, I feel like I was very close to spirit a few months ago, but now I feel as if I have grown away from it. I would like to know if there are any messages from the spirit world for me. Hi, Alexia. Excuse me, hon, I'm losing my voice here. Yeah, it's interesting. I step into your vibration here. I'm getting around you some gray light, and then I get beautiful sky blue, and then white, and then purple. What these colors mean is this gray light is a transition light. Right now, energetically, you're in a transition, and what's happening is you are ending an energy cycle. People run in their lives in various patterns of energy, like 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. There's no one number, it can be any number. But I feel like for you, it's about a 3-year cycle here. And it's interesting because I go back over this last 3 years around you. I really feel like this has been kind of some struggle time. It's like a lot of hard work's been done on the self. And I feel like you're coming out of that now. You're about to enter into a new 3-year energy cycle. And I feel like as we get into around December of this year, that's where that new energy kicks in. And what's interesting is you say here that you feel that you've lost your connection to spirit. No, you actually haven't lost your connection. What's happening is spirit is giving you some rest time because they're gearing you up for the new energy cycle. It starts in December. And it's interesting because I feel like one of the gifts that's coming in here around you is, well, first of all, let me clarify. You have one of your life themes is a communicator theme. And I feel like in the near future, you're going to be doing work where you're interacting with a lot of people. There's a lot of networking. So communication is very important. You also have purple light in your aura, which tells me you're a natural medium. And I feel that you're entering into a period where channeling is going to be a very active part of your life. And so even if you're saying, well, gee, Bob, how's that possible? I feel disconnected. Don't worry about it. Spirit is working on it. I don't really actually see you have lost anything. I just see you in a rest period, okay? And when we're in those rest periods, the best thing we can do is just let Spirit lead it. You don't have to figure it out. Let them do it, you see? Because they brought you there for a purpose. And I feel that as we get into December, your psychic senses are really back. So don't force it. The best thing you do is be gentle with yourself. I feel like you're doing a lot of inner healing. You've been releasing a lot of past disappointments and pain. And as that works out, you're free. You're free. And I want you to watch her because December is a time of immense new beginning and immense power for you. And it's almost like the spirit just comes and turns the power switch on, okay? I'd like you to do some research on Edgar Casey. He was called the Sleeping Prophet. He was a psychic who channeled. He could lay down, go into trance, and spirit would speak through him. I feel like you have gifts similar to that. I also feel that you have around you connections also with the Pleiadians. I am seeing literally UFOs above your house. So you may start to have a mind link with Pleiadian aliens. And I think that part of your spiritual gifts are opening to be able to receive messages literally from across the cosmos and from the ships that circle our planet. You're definitely a light worker, and I think this new energy cycle is very much about receiving the messages of a light worker, okay? So you don't have to work harder at it. It's really let go of working, because I see when you struggle, when the energy isn't there and the timing's not right, you got problems. And you know, I have a saying, I'm going to actually have a t-shirt made, and it goes like this: when we work with the energy that is present, then we are successful. So your energy for psychic work is present in December. It's not present today. So don't feel like you've lost anything. This is your time just to rest, okay? Be gentle. Don't take life seriously. You know, just go out, goof off. Spirit will reappear at the right time. And you can just, as part of your day, when you're out walking, look to the sky and say, okay, Pleiadian people, I'm willing to receive when you're ready to sit. And you'll see that you're going to start having a connection with them as well. Okay? I hope that helps. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know where the day goes. Time flies. That's all the time I've got for messages today. I can't talk. But I hope you'll keep it here at Spirit Channel. Listen, if you get a chance, pop over to my website. Check out my book, Messages from Rose. This is about my work as a psychic medium, as a trance channel. I think you'll like it. It's a book that I wrote, and I'm one of my favorite books. A lot of you have written and said how much you enjoy it. If you've already bought one, get one for a friend. You guys have us. I love you. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That means Wiccan Wednesday. And we're going to talk about the Ascended Master Oracle cards. And so make sure to be here. I don't want you to miss that. I love you guys. We'll see you here tomorrow. And until then, may you always blessed be. By the way, don't forget to like this, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be.